Sonically, awesome. Amazing. If half the theaters sound half as good as this, I will be happy. And I moved all over the place, and it's kind of cool that you want to go be close to Kirk's stuff, you go sit over there. And I'm on that side, you know?
The harmony on Cyanide after the guitar solo on James's side could be higher.
The guitar solo when Kirk's playing on Justice, there's not a lot of him during that whole song. And I was just wondering, at one point during his solo, if there's maybe a shot we can try and
Wait, visually you mean?
Yeah.
The Justice intro is like
So it feels like the bottom drops out.
super small transistor radio-like, and then the snare comes in and it's
Right.
and it just seems a little too drastic.
Justice, as it sounds everywhere, is one of the better sounding songs. Big, extended bottom end, nice top. The top end of that is sort of the model.
I also felt that these are the type of things that are way harder to when you just zero in on them, but it's like when you just watch the whole thing. I felt that the war pyro, even though it's so fucking effective, it just seemed louder than anything else.
I am He-Man.
She-Ra.
We want some action, baby!
This has been a 3-year journey, and we've learned a lot. You know, the bottom line is that Metallica loves to throw itself out of our comfort zone.
Enter Sandman as a kid.
Master of Puppets.
Seek and Destroy is actually about building things. No.
To interview James and Kirk, it's weird because my first favorite band was Metallica. My first concert was Metallica. I got a white Tama drum set because it was the same one that Lars Ulrich played. All the songs I learned how to play on the drums were all Metallica songs. And for a band like that to kind of make me want to get into music, from that into doing comedy, and then from into doing comedy to doing a podcast, and then doing the podcast that gets to interview him, it's like a crazy motherfucking full circle thing.
Want to talk a little bit about Through the Never?
What is that?
That made my con.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sure you all know of a band by the name of Metallica, is that correct?
Metallica is here at Comic-Con. So, guys, could you tell us about that stage? It looks kind of amazing.
We had a couple of near-death experiences on there.
I almost turned to shredded wheat at one point, and I almost turned to toast at another point.
What you got, man?
I just want to say, for those of us who've been listening to you for our whole lives, I just want to say thank you for listening to us.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for that.
All right. Thanks for that. So now we surely must have time for one more since that was so short.
Where's the secret show, and can we have tickets?
This idea has actually been lingering for a better part of 15 years, and we figured if we could put a dramatic element into this film also, then maybe we would have something special. Now we're sitting here talking to you about it. How cool is that? It's not necessarily that, you know, great music inspires music and great film inspires film. They can also sort of inspire each other.
There's nothing like seeing what you've helped create come to life on the big screen.
Why the film now?
I think that generally these concert films, they act almost like infomercials.
A very stock sort of formula. You see them in the dressing room, you see the lights go down, you see them walking out on stage.
I don't think anybody needs to see another Metallica member get in and out of a limo or see another Metallica member trying to fold lunch meat on a piece of bread.
We just threw all that out the window.
I felt that there was an opportunity to do a different film. There was an opportunity to do a film that nobody had seen before. There was an opportunity to do a film that I'd never seen before. We figured if we could somehow put a dramatic narrative into a concert film, that could maybe be really cool. And that's, what I explained in Nimrod. And he was gung-ho and ready to go, and then he went away for a few months and dreamed up the character of Trip and the whole sort of post-apocalyptic nightmare that follows.
When we saw him through casting, it was an obvious choice, and he appeared. We were kind of, God, it would be great to get him. He would be perfect for this film. And I know Lars and the band were fans of his.
Stick around over here, okay?
He is Trip, and there was nobody else. He was on a list of one, and it was just like, this guy is perfect.
Test 1, 2. I can hear it. Can you hear it?
It's been about a month now that I've been doing interviews for this movie, and people have always asked me for 30 years, what's the message? Well, the message is that there is no message. The message is that you should figure out what you want to do with it and how it works for you, and what do you get out of it.
So he stands up for humanity and throws the brick. Yeah, it is the journey, not the destination. You got it.
You always live in the shadow of ending up on autopilot, and when you throw yourself out into these kind of endeavors, you're not on autopilot, you're not taking it for granted, you're fucking living in the moment and hoping for the best.
For me, this movie is all about a journey, a musical journey, number one. Number two, it's an individual's journey through a bunch of different challenges, and there's all these metaphors for spiritual challenges I think he's experiencing.
What fuels Metallica increasingly is the opportunity to do all these different projects, and we're very thankful and appreciative of the fact that we can do that.
That's great.
In a way, that's kind of what we suffer from, which is a great thing to suffer from, is the passion to be creative at this stage of our lives. That really helps spark the Metallica flame,
We prioritize satisfying ourselves creatively. That's the number one priority. Satisfying that urge to make something really, really creatively viable and satisfying to us. And for that something to be good enough to put the Metallica name on. It's that journey that really drives us and has been driving us for the last 3 decades and continues to drive us now.